What's going on, crypto people? What, what's going on? Ledger. What? Uh, I don't even know what's going on. I don't know if you follow me on Twitter at crypto_CEJ. You can see my latest tweets about entities, U.S. entities' ability to access your information. So, can someone please tell me why would Ledger decide to make this move? In case you haven't heard, they're offering a service for you to voluntarily upload your seed phrase so that they can back it up and secure it for you. So they can back it up and secure it for you. What's going on, fam? Everyone thought that there is no access to the private keys. Well, how is it that Ledger is going to provide a service if there's no access to your private keys? Is today is today just an option for service and tomorrow it's mandatory for Ledger holders? Is that coming? Why the pivot? Why the pivot? Do you think that's a let me ask you this. Do you think that's a Ledger internal move? Do you think the guys just woke up and said, "Yeah, let me provide this service"? I just try to tell people, man, you would be surprised at the lengths that a U.S. entity, the Alphabet Group, will take under the guise of national security. And what are you going to do if you're a crypto company and/or business? What are you going to do? So again, I just want to just kind of remind you, when a nation's alphabet group entities decide that they're going to do something, it's done. It's done deal. You just don't know it because number one, national security, that's their interest. Number two, they don't want us running in the streets. They don't want us running around in the streets, marching in revolt of a thing. That's it. They don't care. They could care less about anything else. And the only alternative you have is your vote. That's it. That's it. And that's just and it's minimal. It's minimal. And I know we want to live in the Shangri-La mindset and we want to turn on Netflix. And that's cool. We want to turn on Netflix and not think about it. I'm listening to Twitter and Elon Musk being interviewed. This dude, Elon Musk, and I put this out on Twitter as well. Elon Musk said, when he took over Twitter, he was alarmed, shocked, dumbfounded, in a state of disbelief at how many U.S. government agencies had access to your account. Know what you're saying? Know what you're tweeting? The interviewer said, even the DMs. And Elon Musk said, yeah, even the DMs. Now, why do I say this to you? It's not to scare you, but it is to make you aware, to be a little less naive about what's possible. Like we got to get away from that. And we have to walk towards understanding that and the only reason why we know today, because this is we're in the internet of information. We got Twitter, we got YouTube. This is how we know. It's always been that way. We're just becoming more and more aware of it. The masses are becoming more and more aware of it. If you served, you know. If you served this country, you know. You 1000% know what's possible. Right? So that was I saw that from Elon Musk. The dude was shocked. He said at the number of agencies, government agencies, with access, and which means they know everything that you tweet, and in your DMs that everyone thinks is private. It's not. It's not. And so this whole move by Ledger is interesting to me. And what I say to you is that it may be voluntary now. And it's just likely to be mandatory. What are you going to do then when the people at Ledger's hands are forced? In any case, this is the thing that we're in, and I think the only thing that we got is our vote, in which we can vote in the side of the aisle that is for your assets and for your privacy, as opposed to the left side of the aisle that is not for your access, not for your assets, and ain't for your privacy. That's just about the only thing you got is your vote. Or are you going to do what your ma did and what your pa did and what your grandpa did and just vote on the side of that aisle because they did it? And again, it might not be 100% across the board on the left side of the aisle that's against you, but it is the vast majority. It's the way it is. I know in the Crypto Caesar's home, we're voting, we're putting our vote where our generational wealth lies, and that is on the right side. That's the state. That's where we are. That's where we are. That's where we are, baby. And so that's what I'm doing. Listen, just great news is coming out about the Hinman emails. Wow. Judge Torres has ruled that those Hinman emails cannot be and will not be um, hidden from the public. So we're going to be able to see those. And I believe not Chris, what is it? Brad Garlinghouse said unredacted Hinman emails. And, I believe they're going to be a little bit more than just embarrassing. And thank God we have the people like John Deaton, and we have the people like Empower. Was it Empower Oversight? Empower US? I forget. Empower Oversight. Forget the non profit entity. I don't know why I can't remember their name. Because they smell a rat, they smell the stench, and they're going to keep diving. And, this whole, and so does Rosalind Layton, by the way. I think this whole, nastiness going on to the SEC and the monopoly that was tried to be created, selling out their country for profit is becoming more and more obvious from the top of this administration into the SEC as well. We got to get that. We say it all the time on this channel. People who would sell out their country for personal profits. I'm not a political guy, but you got to look at the top of this administration and see what's going on there. It's obvious. It was the country was sold out for personal profits. You get a career, senator and or whatever, the congressperson, career, and in the latter parts of life gets the president's knob, latter parts, which means it's just been decades and decades of lost opportunity. And now there's an opportunity. Someone offers on an opportunity for profit, personal profit. And they took it. It's very obvious. But this Hinman emails, man, I just, I don't know, but it feels like this. What can the SEC do to rid themselves? What can they do to rid themselves of the shame and or embarrassment of these Hinman emails? Would a settlement do it? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I saw attorney Jesse Hines saying that, it could be one or two options. And he believes it's going to be more embarrassing than, I guess, damning. Um, we'll see. I don't think so. I think it's going to be more damning. I think it's going to be, breadcrumbs will now be seen, where it will lead to the stench of all of this, which is trying to create a monopoly. And I think ultimately getting in bed with a nation that is not our friends, which leads to what I always say in this channel: sacrificing the country for personal profits. Remember, Ripple is a payments company, period. And they have competition outside of this country. And its main competition is in with the nation that is not our friend, that's creating their own stable coin and their own digital currency. And it's part of the BRICS nation. That's just the reality of it. It's the reality of it. And if you can try to take them down by partnering with other people who recognize that their competition as well, like JP Morgan, it's what it is. And you can't put anything, past Jamie Dimon and what Jamie Dimon is willing to do. What Jamie Dimon is willing to do to win. You can't put anything past that dude. So it's all going to get exposed, in my humble opinion, over. It's just a matter of time. I don't think Rosalind Layton's going to let go just because we're going to see the Hinman emails. I think she's going to pursue it further. I think the Empower U.S. people, the nonprofit, I don't think they're going to just let it go. Once we get access to this emails, they're going to pursue it further, because they see that there's from an entity, a U.S. government entity called the SEC, who is not supposed to do favors, who's not supposed to be getting in bed with other nations for whatever reason, decided to do so. That will be William Hinman and Jay Clayton. They decided to do something. Gary Gensler didn't put an end to it. So he's just as much the problem. He didn't put an end to it. He could have, but he didn't. And my guess is he didn't because of his pals at JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs. That's why he didn't. But there it is. Big news. I can't wait to see these emails. But it's not going to, what we see there is not going to surprise us, because we've got great content creators and deep divers and researchers willing to expose the nastiness, right? Willing to expose the nastiness. But we got great content creators who realize that the value of the digital asset XRP and the XRPL lies at the foot of the developers and projects that decide to build on the XRPL ledger, in addition to the company Ripple, not just solely thinking about Ripple, the company. We got to get that, right? And so we got the content creators who are promoting other projects like Mickey B. Fresh and Crypto Eddie, other projects that are building on the XRPL ledger. It's massively, massively important that we recognize that and not hold our hats on what Ripple, the company, is doing. Let the entertainers do what they do. But we got to understand that we got to level up and learn more about Spin the Bits, learn more about Expectar, learn more about XRP Punks, learn more about On XRP, learn more about DexFi.pro that is coming out. They're just waiting for the hooks. DexFi.pro is a project that allows you to do peer-to-peer lending, do loans, do trading, provide liquidity, be a lender, not just a borrower, with your XRP in a non-custodial manner, which is absolutely amazing. I really, really do think that DexFi.pro has a shot at being the Aave, if you will, on the XRPL ledger. I believe they have a shot at doing things very, very similar to that, where you can be both a lender and a borrower Just being able to set your own terms as a lender at a bar, I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome. I've met with the team. I can't wait to have further talks and discussions with them, and I can't wait to bring it to you guys. So, Hinman emails, big deal. Ledger, this voluntary thing, just it to me, it just speaks to what U.S. entities, alphabets, the limps that they will take to make sure that they are not in the dark. Better believe it. It's just kind of the way it is. That mean we can't live our lives and go on our, go on our vacations and go on our trips. We get ready to go celebrate Mrs. Crypto C's birthday. We're gonna go hang out at our spot. It's not our spot. Our spot is actually Garza Blanca, but we're gonna go head out at Masai, Mexico. I mean, we can't still live our lives, but we just want to live it not as naive as we used to be, so that we can prepare. Not being naive, being more in the know, is so we can prepare as best that we can. In my view, the best way to prepare and protect our assets is in our vote. I hope you guys get it. I hope you tell if you got 30-year-olds, friends and or children, I hope you're letting them know. I'm putting out this thing. I'm creating this thing, the generational wealth for you. And the best way to protect what I'm going to be giving to you is with your vote. And right now, there's one side of the aisle that's looking to protect your assets, baby girl, baby boy, and it ain't the left. So I'm not doing what my mom did. I'm not doing what my grandpa did. No. And I haven't been doing that for a minute now, as we like to say. Ever since I became an entrepreneur in the early 80s, quite honestly, quite frankly. All right, guys. Look, I'm going to wrap it up. It's been a real cool hang. I am so behind, miss. I am so behind. I haven't gotten into the gym yet. It's supposed to be at the gym like 7:30 in the morning. Central time. It's 10 o'clock Central. Brutal. Let me get started. Miss Crypto Caesar's not going to hear that. I appreciate you guys checking in. Never forget this, fam. Never, ever forget this. That old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather that we remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.